Good morning, Satsman Army. This is Jason Sellers. I should also point out Jason Hodlers on most places like X and Noster. And it is Friday morning, the 12th of June, 2026. I tell you, I lose track of what day it was, day of the week and date, if I wasn't doing these videos every morning, I swear. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I have a little extra thing I want to show you after we do all the basic things today. Let's go ahead and enter the drawing. Let's see. I know I wasn't a winner, but yeah, congratulations to the recent winners. Recent winner, or one winner every day. And let's go to the missions. Alright, and start with the Sats price discovery. Amazon Prime, paying monthly, is $14.99 USD. And that's the equivalent of 20,000 sats, 15,300 sats, 29,500 sats, or 23,581 sats. That's the one. Boom. Made 21 sats, just like that. You see, it may not seem like much, but repetitive, doing this every single day, it adds up. And then also when you have an army of others doing this as well, and sure, you're just getting a little bit at a time. There's a 21 we just got. It adds up after a little while, though. Some 4 sats from others, 2 sats from some people, 1 sat. So, and all these just adding up literally in my sleep. So, just telling you. All right, moving on to the fact of the day. Bitcoin's supply schedule means its inflation rate drops below gold's inflation rate after each halving. Partially true. I'm going to offer a little correction to this. I don't know if Brian McGinty's watching this, but he's the one who created Satsman, for those of you who don't know. That doesn't happen after each halving. The halving in 2020 made it so that Bitcoin's inflation rate was pretty much neck and neck, pretty much comparable to the inflation rate of gold. That being, if I recall correctly, roughly 2% growth every year. And there's a whole thing about the stock-to-flow ratio that this goes to as well, which is basically the ratio of the current stock of an asset, gold, Bitcoin, whatever's currently available out there in the wild, versus the flow, the new gold, Bitcoin, or anything else that is coming into existence or being mined or being issued or whatever. Gold has the highest stock-to-flow ratio of any money that humanity has used in the past. And so in 2020 it became roughly in lockstep. In 2024, in April 2024, Bitcoin had another halving, which essentially roughly doubled Bitcoin's stock-to-flow. It's not exactly because there's more stock now. The flow may have been cut in half, but now it's compared to additional stock that was coming out during the previous halving epoch. Anyway, and so now Bitcoin's, and ever since April 2024, Bitcoin's stock-to-flow ratio, its inflation rate has been astoundingly better than gold and astoundingly better than anything humanity has ever used for money, ever. At least anything recorded, anything that we know of. So just a little correction that it's not after each halving. That happened in the halving of 2024, and from now on, in the halving of 2028 and in 2032 and in 2036, it'll just get better. Currently, Bitcoin does have a very small and ever-shrinking inflation rate, but eventually, in or around the year 2140, again, 2140, not 2040, 2140, Bitcoin's inflation rate will go to absolute zero, and its stock-to-flow ratio will go to absolutely infinity. We've had nothing like that. The only other thing that's absolutely limited like that before Bitcoin was time, like your time to be alive. You can't make more of it. You don't know how much of it there is. That's a big difference from Bitcoin, but you can't make more of it. You can do some things to try to, give yourself more time, exercise and sleeping well and eating well and things like that. But you could get hit by a car tomorrow. You just don't know when it's your time. And so everyone has a limited amount of time. Well, now there's also a limited amount of Bitcoin. There is, for all intents and purposes, an unlimited amount of gold. Yes, technically there's a limited amount in the ground, but A, we don't know how much there is. and B, we can find more elsewhere, not just in the ground here on Earth, but asteroids, places like that. And C, we can make some chemically from the atomic level in labs and stuff. So really, and we already have done that. Not in large amounts, but yeah, it could be done. So yeah, Bitcoin's the absolutely it's the most scarce monetary asset because we never use time itself as a monetary asset. Money itself is like a storage of time. Now I'm gonna get on that rant about it's not that time is money and money is time. Same direction, like same for each way. No, either direction. No, it's all money is time and energy. It's a battery for time and energy, but not all time or energy is money. If that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, back to the Bitcoin fact of the day. Yeah, lower. Let's see, really always. Yeah, it's always getting lower. But what it says here, yeah, drops below gold's rate. Doesn't happen every single time. It happened once, and it'll just get lower. And I guess maybe by extension that is technically true. It does drop even lower below gold's inflation rate constantly. So, yeah. I can see what I was trying to say. Okay, what do you think about Bitcoin and artificial intelligence? Oh, wow. If any of you listening to this haven't read the book by Adam Livingston, The Great Harvest, that's what it's called. It talks about this exact topic. And basically that had Satoshi never invented Bitcoin, we would be headed for a world with abundant resources and productivity, yes, and that's great, but also abundant money, which means everyone's getting poorer and everything is becoming worthless, and it's just and society completely falls apart. The opposite side of that scale to balance out AI is Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, we have a way of exchanging that is absolutely scarce, like I was just talking about, and can counterbalance any of that productivity. So basically, saving Bitcoin, and as productivity and resources become so much more abundant, the value of your Bitcoin will become worth so much more. Like you can buy more and more of those products, of those services, and resources and stuff. Yeah. Okay, been rambling on a while. So let's see. So Bitcoin will fund development. Some maybe. Yeah. AI could attack Bitcoin. No. They complement each other well. That's kind of what I was saying there, balancing each other out. They are completely separate worlds. They are and they aren't. Because money touches everything. So I mean, yes, but no. I'll say they complement each other well. Let's see how other people voted. Okay. Oh wow, yeah, Bitcoin fund AI development is what most people said. All right, yeah. Okay, well, before wrapping this up, I realized yesterday that I forgot to tell you all about the Satsman World Cup. Well, the World Cup things that are happening on Satsman. I'm going to tap on the little hamburger up in the upper right here and go to Community, and then open up World Cup 2026. So here you can actually make predictions about these different teams, lock in your prediction, and there are all these Sats prizes for people, depending on what kind of place they win, based on their predictions. Now, I have a confession to make. I am not a sports person. I'm really sorry, Brian McGinty, if you're watching this, but I didn't even know the World Cup was happening until you announced it to all the founders. I am just that much out of touch with sports. Nothing against sports. It's just not my thing. I'm a nerd. I am genuinely sorry. Not sorry. No, I mean, I am genuinely sorry. I've tried to get into sports before, and I don't know. I don't think I'm better than anyone else because of it. It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just not my thing. Not playing sports, not watching sports, not predicting sports things, but it is for some of you. Okay, you know what? Let's do the US of A. No, I'm kidding. And so if you want to make some predictions on here, go ahead and do it. And stack some sats. Of course, you need to sign up for Satsman first, so be sure you do that here at this QR code. And I'm going to end this video right at 10 minutes. See you tomorrow.